Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
I'm Carol Messer, along with Tim Stanvick. Let's get to then some stocks on the move on this Tuesday. With us is Bloomberg News cross-asset reporter Emily Graffeo here in studio. Healthcare is certainly on our radar. I feel like it has been all of a sudden in the last 24 hours.
Yeah, we're kind of getting like a almost double blow to UnitedHealth specifically. So that's ticker UNH. It's down 29%. Actually, it's recovered a little bit of those losses. So let's get the real time move now. But it's down in a really big way, hitting the lowest levels since about August, down now about 19.8%. They forecasted a decline in their 2026 revenue. It was the first annual contraction in more than 3 decades for the company. And this is also coming just a day after Trump proposed to limit federal payments to Medicare Advantage plans next year. So the proposed Medicare Advantage payment rates estimates are now rising by just 0.09% next year, and analysts had been expecting an increase as high as 6%. So it's a big blow set to squeeze profits here for insurers. So UnitedHealth is down, CVS and Humana are also down as well.
They're still negotiating though, right? Is this definitive or?
It's a proposed plan right now. So I'm assuming that word proposed means nothing has been exactly set in stone.
UnitedHealthcare CEO Tim Noel telling analysts, quote, "The news that we received last night in the advance notice was disappointing."
I bet.
Yeah.
And investors are certainly disappointed. And you could see that pretty clearly. Let's go to airlines. We've all been talking about airlines in a big way today. Some earnings.
Yeah, we had earnings, one specifically to focus on American Airlines. That stock is down about 6% to the lowest level since December. The fourth quarter EPS missed. The government shutdown hurt their results as there were a lot of employees not working, flights not taking off. But then also they have a pretty good real-time insight into how the most recent winter storm is still impacting the company and set to impact the company in the future. So they said first quarter revenue expected to take $150 to $200 million hit just because of over the last couple of days, they've had to delay, cancel a lot of flights. They're still expected to cancel some more even today. On a positive note, they are ramping up their premium offerings, expanding some Wi-Fi on some planes. But right now, the focus is all on that EPS miss and the projected revenue hit. So that stock down to the lowest level since December. And then the CFO saying in an interview today, we would have done better than consensus if it weren't for Winter Storm Fern. This was, I didn't know the storm had a name. Did you guys know that?
They started naming, right, snowstorms a little while ago?
I don't know. I mean, I know this one's called Fern. I don't know the history of when
I
they
didn't know that,
these.
But I felt like I had to get
Is it after
tidbit
plants, like fern?
I think a lot of people in the last couple of days are saying we would have done better if it weren't for this winter storm. They wouldn't have spent the weekend outside shoveling like 4 times.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, no, I think this is such a big storm that the CFO, Devin May, said this in an interview. I think a lot of people can relate to what the CFO said because 200 million people were affected by this storm. I mean, this is not something that was isolated to just one airline's hub. You had Delta cancellations because of its Atlanta hub too.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot impacted. Let's go to a name that, I love this. This one's rallying big time.
This is so fun. We're going to end on a positive note because definitely the insurers, the airlines, not having a great day today. But Corning Inc. is up 16% right now. It's the best performer in the S&P 500. This is a company that was founded in 1851. Now, they didn't go public in 1851. I don't think so. But they are at a record high today in terms of their history as a publicly traded company at about $110 a share. They announced a multi-year, up to $6 billion agreement with Meta Platforms to supply fiber optic cables to, you guys guessed it, data centers. This is like picks and shovels.
Yep.
Obviously, everyone's trying to get in on the data center trade. They're a glass company, so glass is part of what makes a fiber optic cable, and you need a fiber optic cable to provide internet and connectivity to data centers.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.